us at exactly... Oh, gotta go now. All right. Well, no, at I think 4:50, I'm told I have to vacate this stage. Is this the room we were in last night, wasn't it? It looks so different now. Was it just like this? I mean, not the stage, but there weren't more seats out here last night? Exactly the same.
I'm here now.
Exactly.
Well, that makes it all better.
What were you saying? The lights. The lights are different. I like them on, so you can see the people. I noticed there are chairs here. Have people been using these chairs when they do? Yeah? I mean, the older people. And I love you. And I mean that sincerely. I mentioned this to people who've been to my table to get autographs. I noticed there are people who write things like, all my love. Really? They don't mean that. Oh my love, they write them again on the next person's thing. They just gave all their love to someone else. Get it. Anyway, I'm thinking this is a good room. I have a show, a concert that I do. I did it in Portland in January. I'm thinking maybe next year I can do it here. What's that? Am I in San Francisco? You want to come to San Francisco? No, but I think this would be a good room to do it in. I think it's a great... people here, they'll pretend they like me no matter what, which is what I've asked of you. Thank you. Maybe I should... What's that? What? What did I say? Oh, your love. Thank you so very much. And you mean that, don't you? Is that me up there? Oh, it is. Hey, I know. There's a delay. Look at that. Okay. Perhaps I better, you thought? Yeah? You gonna post it somewhere? Or are you just keeping it for your very own? Do you want to get it posted? All my love. Does anybody want to get a photo while I'm up here? Take a photo of me. Take a photo up right now. Don't want to waste your battery? Hey! How are you?
Oh my God.
Yes! Okay. Okay. Let me, what's that? You love me. with all your heart. You're going to be tackled by security in just a second, so steel yourself. You what? You enjoy that? You good? Okay. All right. So let's. Maybe I should take a few questions here. Let's see. Shall I start over here with Indiana Jones, or move back over here to Karen Gillan? Right? Yeah, Karen. Gotta go with Karen. Sorry. Yes, ma'am.
I'm so glad you got it.
Of course.
So I'm a huge Star Trek fan, but I'm also a Young Justice fan, so I wanted to know what it was like doing the voice of the Joker after people like Mark Hamill and Heath Ledger.
I felt like I was the best. The Joker, it was such an honor to be able to play the Joker. I hoped I was going to do it several times, and I think I might have if the show stayed on. I don't know what happened to that show. I played the Joker on Young Justice. It was a cartoon series. I only did it one time, and I know Mark Hamill well. You heard my album Dreamland, anybody? Well, Mark Hamill does all the other male voices on that CD. I never knew Heath, unfortunately. Of course, Jack and I are like this. But it was a great experience. Actually, I worked for those people, the same people who did Young Justice did Gargoyles. So, and they're doing a show right now called Star Wars Rebels, which someone I know may be on, I don't know. Anyway, thank you so much. You're a fine-looking Karen Gillan, and keep up the good work. Thank you. Andy, what do you say, man?
My name is Glenn Brent. First of all, I want to say such an honor. Thank you for spending your time with us.
Glenn, gosh, all my love. What can I do for you?
I love all your characters from Data all the way down to Devlin Sinclair.
To who?
Devlin Sinclair.
Who's that? Oh no, Devlin Bowman.
Bowman. That's right, you're right.
Don't worry, people say that all the time, and I always have to say, no, Devlin Sinclair. Devlin Bowman.
Yeah, there's another movie with a character named Devlin Sinclair.
There is?
There is, like,
Anybody know another movie with a character named Devlin Sinclair?
No, he's on his own.
Oh, well, whatever.
There's a difference between Data and Lord. And as an actor myself, I know how hard sometimes it is to play a character that you might not like about yourself, and how good it is to feel to play a character that you know other people will like. What kind of experience did you have with that?
Devlin Sinclair, I think, in playing a character, let me get this straight, because I didn't really understand. Playing a character, how difficult it is to play a character that what?
Like the character that you know people won't like.
That I know people won't like.
As opposed to one that you know people do like.
As opposed to doing one that you know people will like. I've never played a character. What's that? Good guy versus the bad guy. That's simple. You're simplifying things for me. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm going to turn to you a few times for translations. Thank you. In truth, I don't think I've ever played a character that people don't like. Good guy or bad guy. I'll tell you what, though. I know what you're saying, though. Truly, as an actor, there are characters that are detestable that you can play. I've played detestable characters, but they've been in comedies mostly. I've hardly ever played anyone who's really, really awful. Sometimes, as in the case of war, I think their awfulness can be fun, and it was in that case. But if you're playing someone really, really horrible, I don't know. I think the object is to try to find something, some reason why they're horrible, some psychology, something that gives you some sympathy or empathy for the person you're playing, so you're not just playing pure evil. And then when you're playing somebody for love, you try to find something awful about them. Anyway, good luck to you, man. All right. Yes, ma'am. You will be Libby, of course.
Yeah, I tried to kill you yesterday when you said never leave me.
You tried to kill me? So sweet of you. Why don't you give me a hug?
Yeah, really,
Oh.
hard.
Yeah, you hurt me. In the best possible way. Go ahead.
Alright, so I wanted to ask how hard it was for you to keep a straight face all the time with your huge outgoing personality.
When?
You played Data.
Oh, when I played Data. You know what? It really wasn't hard. Maybe I'll sit for just a moment and kind of relax and be with you. Where was I? Oh, Libby. You know what you saw on television was generally not the first take. Yeah. So, after the director threatened to walk off the set, which really did happen on our show, we had a director, we were so raucous and so wild on the set. You see Jonathan. I wish he was out here with me right now, because we did. What's that? No, when he was a director, he was like, okay, can we get quiet, please? But Jonathan is loud and boisterous, and he is so different from Riker. I would say of all the people on the show, he is the least like his character. Because Jonathan is big and funny and loud, and we actually had a director threaten to not come back on the show. And Rick Berman, who's our producer, came down to the set, he called us in together, and he said, you know, guys, we just had a director say, I'm not going to come back and direct tomorrow. I can't. These people are just out of control. And he said, you've got to be quiet and be a little more professional. And Patrick said, I'm appalled. We are here to work. Not to have fun. Jonathan. And Denise, this is early on, Denise was still on the show, and Denise said, Patrick, you know, if we don't have fun, you know, the show won't be as fun. Where does it say we're supposed to have fun? It really did. So we all felt terrible, and Rick went off and we all said, you know, okay, we'll behave. This was the episode, by the way, where Denise met her untimely end in a pool of Metamucil or whatever.
Yeah, finishing.
And then we had the scene of the beautiful funeral scene where she was, you know, Patrick's on the hill, and he was standing on this hill, and all of a sudden he starts spinning around going, "The hill!" And that was it. All professionalism went out the window for all of us after that. There you have it, Libby, if I may call you that.
Yes, you may.
Yes.
And I do love you. I'm not going to say it with all my heart. But I do love you. Because I don't want to lie, because there are other actors that have a love too.
Okay, well, if you must.
Alright.
Thank you, Libby. Or whatever your name really is. Oh, it is your name. Okay. Okay. Yes, sir.
My name's Chad. My question is,
Oh, yeah.
Good chat.
My question is, when they approached you to play Dr. Sulu again on Star Trek Enterprise, what were your thoughts on that and how that character was going to grow more than it ever did on TNG, you know?
Well, it wasn't the same character.
Well, yeah, it wasn't the same character, but it was still a descendant of Dr. Sulu and everything.
Well, that's not what you said. Yes, no, it was an ancestor of the Sungs that we got to know on Star Trek. There was Dr. Sung, Noonien Sung, Data Sung. Did you know that Sung was Data's last name? Data Sung, before Sung. There was Lord Sung and Mrs. Sung. Remember Mrs. Sung, Fiona Flanagan? Finola Flanagan, she was great. She's a great actress, Finola. I love her. And so then Rick called me when they were doing Enterprise, and he said, hey, would you do the series, would you do our show? We have 3 episodes, and the character is Eric Sung, who later, of course, he was the father of the father of the father of the father of Noonien Sung. And I said, how much? And he said, I'd really appreciate it if you would do it because, we're in trouble here, and I think if you came on the show, it would really help things and get the ratings higher. And somewhere in the middle of the 2nd episode, I did think they were canceled. But it had nothing to do with me. But no, I enjoyed that. They were actually 3 really good episodes. That whole thing of the augments I thought was really cool, and LeVar directed one of them, which was always fun. And you remember LeVar, right?
No,
He was going to be here, but he's directing something right now. So I'd just like to say, butterfly. I don't know that song. I've heard him do it, but I've never really listened. Anyway, does that answer your question, Chad? Can I call you Chad?
Yes. Butterflies.
Thank you, Chad.
Good chat. They can go fly.
Libby? Yeah. Hey.
Hi there, my name is Jake, and I'm the other Indiana Jones.
Certainly you are. I think not the other, you're one of the other Indiana Jones.
How many Indiana Joneses?
There's I see about 35 right now. Okay.
Anyways, my question is this.
Yeah.
Since Star Trek is considered to be a pretty thought-provoking show.
Pretty thought-provoking.
Very thought-provoking.
Yes, thank you.
Viewers and fans can take away from seeing your characters, Data, Lord, and anybody else who may play it on screen.
What can they take away?
Yeah,
Where are they going? What have they learned?
Yeah, what sort of lessons can we learn from Lord, Data?
And again, well, really, you learn that it's possible that the Mount Everest of acting has been achieved. That's what you walk away with as you attempt to climb that mountain. But you'll never get there. Because only one man has planted his flag at the top of that mountain. And that is me, yes. Have you learned something? Take it with you. Take it back to your people. And teach them. Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Brent.
Brent, of course. I know.
I was wondering what the funniest blooper or something that went wrong during filming was for you.
You know, the only thing I can think of is I didn't really watch the bloopers. I'm told they're funny. And this was not among the bloopers, but we did an episode where Dr. Crusher, that's her name, right?
Yeah.
And, it never occurred to me it was Bums and Crusher. That's just amazing. Kids brought that up last night, and and Pulaski. I know. Anyway, we were doing an episode where it was the very first episode where Dr. Crusher basically activated my off button. Not mine, but David's. And she came up behind me and pressed the button and turned me off. Yeah, there's an on button. But the direction the director gave me was, look, there's a table in front of me. It was not this high, but it was something like this, but it was a little lower. And I was to just then fall forward onto the table like that.
Oh, no.
And so we did it. First time we did it, she came up, she pressed my back and in the button, and I fell forward, and somehow my chin hit the edge of the table, right here. And as most of you know, but probably have, this is the single most common injury that a human being can have. A lot of people have scars on their chin right here because it's done so often. Well, that was the first time for me, somewhere in my 40s. And anyway, I hit, but your adrenaline's going when you're working, and so I didn't really feel it. And I kind of stood up a little bit, and all of a sudden drops started to hit the table, and I went, oh, I think something's wrong. Who was that? Nice. Can you do that again? No. Okay, so I realized my chin is bleeding, and everybody looked at it and said, look, we got to take you over to the infirmary real quick. So I went over to the infirmary, and they looked at it and said, hey, you got to go to the hospital and get it stitched up because it's cut badly. So they rushed me over to the hospital, and I walked into the emergency room as Data. They acted like they didn't see it. I get to see that chin. You know, doctors are very sober. And so they looked at my chin, they stitched it up, and I went back to the studio, back into makeup. Michael Westmore, who's a genius, he put a piece of rubber underneath my chin and then made up under it. You couldn't see it. I got back onto the set, everybody's still waiting. Got on the set, the director said, okay, can you do it again? Literally, and I did it again. And that time I did not hit my chin. I was very careful not to do that. But that's the only thing I can remember really going wrong in a big way.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi.
We've met before, haven't we?
A couple times.
What's your name?
Marcy.
Marcy, how could I ever forget? That night in Shangri-La. You've changed, Marcy. I mean, your clothes. You look the same, of course. What can I do for you? That's why I said that before, didn't I? All right, go ahead.
My favorite episode with you on Star Trek was when you made your own daughter.
Yes.
Yeah, and I was wondering how you felt about the development of Data and with Starfleet and you kind of being a rebel of Starfleet when they tried to take away your technology and stuff.
What episode was that? I was a rebel? Data, rebel. I never said that.
You seem to get in trouble with Starfleet more than other characters.
Did I? Well, I was just a poor, pathetic android. I didn't know. What's the question?
How you felt about the development of Data in
Oh,
that direction?
in that direction. Very good. I felt like Data was a wild man. A rebel breaking free of the binds of Starfleet.
That's funny.
What show was that? I followed orders. I was a soldier. I was an android. My program, oh, I did go off a few times. I remember, what?
Easy, easy.
Oh, they wanted to measure the man. They wanted to disassemble him. The heck they're going to do that? Is that what you were asking? You don't have to placate him. If you don't agree, you can say so. He can take it, I promise. Oh. Right. Is he right? Okay, so you're right. So what was your question? How did I feel about that? How did I feel about that? Yeah. Yeah, okay. I felt really like this is just wonderful television, and actually, Measure Man was a great episode because it was really about something, and that was us at our best when we were really about something, and that happened quite a few times. That's the beauty of Star Trek. It's got great characters, it's got action, it's got adventure, but it's about something, and that is us at our best. Yeah. Hey,
How's it going, Brent?
cool, man. How you doing?
Great.
What's your name?
Jeremy.
We met before, right?
Yeah, we fist bumped it. Fist bumped.
Yeah. It was in Shangri-La, right? Jeremy, of course.
So, you offered Sheldon Cooper a signed Mr. Data doll that was in the trunk of your car. I was wondering, do you still have any of those? I'd love to have one.
Well, I understand that. I appreciate that. You got a birthday coming up?
In December. So yeah, it's coming up, just not very soon.
Well, too bad, because I'm giving them all away before December.
Just my luck.
Well, that's the way it goes, isn't it? Jeremy, I so wish I could save one for you, but I can't.
I mean,
Sorry.
how about this? I'm starting a new job on Monday. Does that count as a good occasion?
I don't know, what are you going to be doing?
I'm going to be writing reports with databases.
What's a database? Oh. That would be No, that's true. Jeremy, can I just give you another fist bump? Would that be okay?
That'd be great.
Those of you who've met me notice that I don't like to shake hands, and I really don't. And it's not like I'm Howie Mandel or anything. I mean, I'm not germ-phobic, I'm hand-phobic. I'd be happy to shake your foot if, or whatever else you like. Of course. I would, of course I would. No, the truth of the matter is, I used to go to conventions. Every time I went to a convention, I came home sick. And it's because I was shaking hands with everybody. And the fact of the matter is, that is the way you exchange germs. And if people are sick and they don't tell you they're sick and they shake your hand, then you're sick, and then you give it to somebody else, and so on and so on and so on. I'm trying to end handshaking in America. I think it's just dumb. once we found out this is how we're making people sick, why do we keep doing it? You know, there are a lot of countries that do this when they greet one another. They don't get as sick as we do. Okay, just bear that in mind. Kiss, okay. But, no, did you know there's less chance of getting sick hugging somebody than there is shaking their hand? Have a look at it now. All right, let's do a little mental hug, huh? Get your hand off of there. Yes, sir. Hey.
Question.
All right.
When in Star Trek Generations, when Data gets his motion chip,
Yeah.
which one was that playing with Data going from no emotions to being super funny, like when he's singing that song? Just searching for life forms.
I don't even remember that song. I made it up on the spot. You know what, that those guys, actually, let me answer this question first. It was so much fun because there was something I really dug about, and I know a lot of people didn't like it, and that's fair-ish. And, but, you know, when you play a character for 7 years, and then all of a sudden the character changes dramatically, and you can't really go back, totally. I love that idea. It was so brave of the writers to do that. But when we were doing Generations, got the script, shooting the next morning, it said, Data sings, life forms, you funny little life forms. And that's all it said. And I got there and I said, well, what's the song? And they said, oh, well, just sing something. So I did. And, but honestly, I can't do it now. I bet you could do it, though.
I probably
Could you? Would you?
my friend helped me with me.
Oh, you do it in harmony? Is that? Yeah.
Life forms, do-do-do-do. Your precious little life forms, do-do-do-do. Life forms, do-do-do-do. Where are you? Do-do-do-do-do.
That was awful. It was actually amazing. I mean, you know what? It kills me. I am so, believe it or not, when I want to act, and I really have to psych myself up to do it because I'm so, oh gosh, okay, I don't want to be bad, I don't want it to be terrible, I want it to be good, I rehearse and just to, these guys just come up, they sing in front of all of these people, and they feel fine about it. I'm so envy that.
Well, this is going to be my only chance to sing that song to you, and it's one of my favorite things.
Don't be so sure. I might ask you to do it again someday.
Next time I'll come back, I'll sing it to you, right?
You know, maybe we'll travel together. The three of us. Yeah.
Travel, right?
And I'll go, ladies and gentlemen, I have a couple of guys I'd like to bring out right now. You know them, you love them, they do the life form song. Thank you guys. Fantastic. Literally fantastic. You see these people standing here with 5s in their hands? That means I have 5 minutes, right? Okay. All right. You know what? I can't because somebody's coming on after me, right? Who's on next? What? The Powerpuff Girls. Maybe I'll stick around for that. Okay, yes.
Hello, Brent.
Hello. Do you know the Life Form song? Yeah. Oh. What can I do for you? Nothing?
Yes.
Oh.
My question for you is, what was the best part of being on Star Trek?
What was the best part of being on Star Trek? Well, you know what, really simply, I could make something up now, and perhaps I will. It was really, you know, you guys all work. How many jobs can you imagine doing where you go to work and you laugh all day long? And we did. We really did. We were in, you know, once Patrick decided not to be British anymore, we laughed all day long. And it's Patrick who said that before. He said, you know, I just can't imagine I'll ever have another job again where I am certain when I go to work in the morning, I'm going to laugh and laugh and laugh all day. And what's that? Well, I'm quoting him now. I'm not being him. Shut up. You notice these people standing here with fives? How can it still be 5? No time has passed. You should have those that say 4.5. And then, yeah, yes, ma'am.
Hi, my name is Stephanie, and I'm a huge fan. I love the big portion.
Yes?
You have to show big affiliate. Is that right?
You know, that's fine. Leaves me healthy the aortic aneurysm.
And I was going to ask you to sing live from a song, but they said, well, maybe it's a punch. So my mother's insisting that I ask if you are fully functional.
Your mother?
Yeah, she's right over there.
Where is she? Hi. You should be ashamed of yourself. You'll have to ask Denise. You know what? It is moments like that, isn't it? When you look at your daughter and she asks a question like that, and you think, I did things right. Good work. Yes. Hey.
So I'm Tianka. So just a quick question for you. I was just wondering if you could sing a duet of Early Berlin with me.
Never. Okay. No, I have to be honest. I don't just sing unless I'm singing. For me, it's just like acting. I need to rehearse. I need to be warmed up. I need it to be good. Why would I want to be lousy? That's for you, not for me.
Just the way you are.
What's that?
I said we love you just the way you are. I don't care if it sounds.
So Billy Joel, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you, Billy. And don't go change it. Hi, baby.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good, thanks.
Good. So one of my cousins had a really huge crush on Data
Yes.
when she was a kid.
Yes.
And as an adult, now that crush has moved on to you. And
Yep.
her dad, my uncle, has terminal colon cancer. And I know that she would freak out if I took a recording of you just saying hello to her.
What's her name?
Her name is Micah.
Wait, come here. Now look, I want you to say, when you turn it on, I'm going to say, hello, Micah, and then I want you to turn the camera, and everybody go, hello, Micah. All right, ready? Hello, Micah. We'll talk later. Can you imagine? You know, I was on stage once doing one of these in, I was in Ottawa. Not that it matters where I was, but it so happens I was in Ottawa, and it was Mother's Day. And I remembered while I was standing here that it was Mother's Day, so I took my phone out and called my mother. And we're talking, and I said, you know, by the way, where are you? I said, no, I'm on stage in Ottawa. She's really? And I said, yeah, but would you all say happy Mother's Day to my mother? And this huge explosion happened, and you know, every year since then, she said, I liked it last year better. I'm done. I'm done. Hey, you know what? this town. For inviting us here and being so enthusiastic and loving the show and continuing showing the show to your kids and you're the greatest. Thank you so much.